Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Wellness Wednesday. I always feel very honored and privileged to be able to host and bring this kind of education and information to people, because I have been part of this company, part of this movement for 8 years, and I have absolutely had a hunger to continue learning. My name is Jamie Williams. I am a very busy mom to 4. I've got a 12-year-old, 10-year-old, and twin 5-year-olds, and this is hugely why I am thankful for these products and what you're going to learn tonight. Because when this information was brought to me about 8 years ago, my ears were perked up. I just didn't understand what this was, but I knew it was exciting. And I'm always honored for you guys to be able to get the chance to hear this information for yourself. Now, tonight, I'm very excited for the guests that I have, because coming from the woman from behind the scenes, doing the research, the development, the formulation, working with an incredible team of people to bring very innovative technology to this space of wellness, this is such an incredible blessing. I'm sure that many of you have been following along recently in what we've been sharing with what's coming, and that's why you're probably here to learn tonight and hear a little bit more about it. But I really want to lay the foundation, and why I have Lisa Barnes here, who is our Vice President of Research and Development. She has an extensive background in science and wellness, and you're going to hear this information straight from her mouth, and she has such an eloquent way of explaining this. So Lisa, I'd love for you to just hop on first. And can you just explain, when we start talking about activation, first of all, let me ask you guys this, drop in the chat, how many of you have ever heard of the term activation? Or if not, maybe this is your huge opportunity to learn about something that can really empower your health. So Lisa, I would love for you to just kick off, first of all, what is activation?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. Thank you so much for having me on here. It is always so exciting to be able to share just how amazing our products are and the science behind them. So activation, it's our differentiator, because there's a lot of products you could choose that are out on the market. Why us? Activation is that differentiator. And there's a simple way to understand what it means. And we call it take it to make it. You take LifeVantage products to make what your body is lacking. Because as we age, as we face stress, as we eat the food that we eat, because it's no longer the same quality that it used to be, we are getting out of balance. We have everything in our body is starting to deplete or like increase, and it's getting out of balance. And so there is a need to bring it back into balance. And there's a lot of companies that will come in with supplements. And what supplements do is they bridge a gap. You are missing something like a vitamin, you add the vitamin. It's an approach a lot of people use with collagen. Your collagen depletes in your 20s, we add collagen back in. Simple cause and effect, we'll fix it that way. But it's such a short-term way of approaching health. It's what we call a Band-Aid fix. And what activation is, through this take it to make it philosophy, is going to the source of whatever's out of balance and working with your body's natural processes to bring them back into balance. And so through that approach, it's a long-term approach to health. It's not just symptom management, it's achieving true health.
I'm trying to find this person. Hold on for just a second.
No worries.
Your microphone happened to get bumped. Would you please mute it?
It's Tina Wizzy.
I'm looking for that one. I'm so sorry, guys. There are so many people on this call. Okay, I think we got it.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
So that's really from the science side what activation is. I think it's tempting to overcomplicate it, because it is amazing, an amazing approach, an amazing lens to approach the creation of products. But it is easy to talk about as take it to make it, because your body knows how to be healthy and it wants to be healthy. I think about my kids right now. I also have twins. I have twin 13-year-olds, and then I have a 12-year-old, and they're dancers, and their bodies are amazing. They're strong and they're healthy and they have endless energy. But I know that as they get older, everything will start getting out of balance. But our bodies want to be healthy. It just needs a little bit of help. And that's where activation comes in, is being that bit of health.
I
So
love
it's
that.
kind of like the short and simple explanation.
Yes, I love just the hashtag of take it to make it. That makes it so simple. And you guys, the reason that we want to bring this information to you tonight is to really lay the foundation of where your health begins. And it truly is at your cellular level. And that's why Lisa's here to explain. We have an incredible line of activated products, but I really want to feature a few, because as we start to talk about, the fast-paced world that we live in, and it's getting harder and harder for us to really grab the reins on our health. And sometimes it seems like life happens fast, and suddenly, we're carrying 10 extra pounds, we're carrying 20 extra pounds, we're starting to feel tired, our body's worn out, just like Lisa said. And as we get older, it seems like that speeds up. It happens faster. So how can we combat that by, doing a lot of the right things that we know that we should be doing when it comes to sleep and nutrition and managing stress and moving your body and all of those things? When it comes to the foundation of how we can really bridge the gap and support your health and then your long-term goals, it really lies in the answer of activation. And that's why I'm excited that Lisa's here to explain this. So I really want to lay the foundation on some of the key things that we really highlight. And I'm going to let her talk about it. So go ahead, Lisa. I want you to explain this incredible product. I personally have been using this for over 8 years. And this is what I was first introduced to. And when I saw an ABC investigative report 8 years ago, my jaw dropped, because I thought to myself, if this is even half true, this is a really, really big deal. So turns out it is a really big deal. And I would love for you to explain why that is.
Yeah, I'd be glad to. Before I talk about that for just a second, I think a lot of the things you were describing, Jamie, I think we just associate with aging. We just assume as we get older, we need to accept our bodies slowing down. And like our brain slowing down, our muscles slowing down, all of the pieces of our health slowing down. And we're just like, oh, that's inevitable. But I think what we've realized with this science of activation is it's not inevitable. You can take back control of your health, and you don't have to go on this inevitable decline, because there's a lot you can be doing from the cellular level. And it all started with protandim nerve 2. And so you take protandim nerve 2 to make antioxidants, because we are all faced with oxidative stress, and it leads to all of the signs that we were talking about, the decrease in quality of life and the signs of what we think are aging. And what happens is all of those stressors go up in your life. It's just how life goes. And all of your natural defenses, your antioxidants that fight the oxidative stress, go down. So it's this really bad balance. It's tipping the wrong way. And so as a result, you don't have the right things in your body to be able to fight oxidative stress. And so you could try to put in antioxidants like vitamin C and other supplements, but your own antioxidants are more than 1 million times more powerful than any supplement you can take. So why would you take all of these different antioxidants when you can just activate your own body's antioxidants that are going to work better right from the source? So then you're not trying to like overtake your body's natural processes. You're boosting your body's natural processes, because like I said, your body knows best. And so it started with protandim, heavily researched, more than 30 studies behind it, independent research, patents, all that, because it was so revolutionary and still is so revolutionary as an approach to health, starting right from the source.
I love this. So I'm going to show you this, and I would love for you to explain that. And I love that you brought this up about supplementation. Tell me the difference, what we see here, because I love to explain nutritionally what this looks like versus what activation truly looks like.
Exactly. So what you're kind of seeing is how much you could be taking on that left-hand side to be able to really mimic the effects of what your body can naturally do. And it's just, honestly, it's not feasible whatsoever. The numbers on that left-hand side are just overwhelming. And honestly, if you didn't have the solution on the right, you would look at this and be like, okay, well, I guess it's inevitable that I'm not going to be healthy, because I'm not going to be constantly eating broccoli and exploding from eating all of this food. But then you look on the right-hand side and you see that every molecule of SOD, which is your natural antioxidants, just one of those has the ability to neutralize 1 million free radicals per second. And that's just phenomenal. Just shows the power of how our bodies have been crafted and developed. And just so once again, why would you take a bunch of other products that aren't working with these natural systems, not fueling them, not activating them from the source, when you could just be helping your body do exactly what it's intending to do and what it can do better than anything else?
I love that. So when I look at this graph on the right, it makes so much sense, because the older that you get, you see that as you get, to the 80-year mark without Protandim, that line is drastically on the increase, which means you're creating a lot of oxidative stress and free radical damage inside of your body. And you can see that correlation to, aging and symptoms and disease processes. They go up as we get older because our bodies are essentially breaking down. So you can see the power of unlocking your body's natural processes to protect itself. So I love that graphic right there. This is what I love. And I'm positive that this is also what you love and what attracted you to this company, because I want you to explain why, or how, like really the process. What does it take to get this kind of research done, and how unlikely it is, but how valuable it is?
Yes, definitely. And you're completely right, Jamie. Like, what attracted me to this company 2 years ago was the science and research and the quality of the products, because I'm one of those people that's really passionate about what I do. And if I don't believe in what I'm doing, you can read it all over my face. I'm not able to lie. I'm not able to be inauthentic about things. This only comes from me believing in what I'm talking about 100%. And so when I was looking to move into this role, I had to be 100% certain that these were products I could put my name on. And if I couldn't, then it wasn't the right decision for me, because it didn't fit with my values. And so third-party validation is incredibly rare to get, because the reason it's third party is that we weren't soliciting it. It's people that saw what this product was, the ingredients, and some of the research that have been done by our company, and was like, I wonder how it would apply to this area or this area or this area. And they got the product and ran their own studies. We weren't involved, which is phenomenal, because then you don't get any bias from us whatsoever. And we always, when we write up our studies, we stay as unbiased as possible, but there's always a little bit in there because we love our products and we know all the care that went into them. But these people could care less about our products. If they fail, okay, whatever. It's just another product. I'll move on to the next one. So whenever you see these positive results from third party, they have no skin in the game whatsoever. And so they're just going to report the results as is. And the fact that we have so many universities, so many published papers about this that we didn't solicit, is unprecedented in this industry. Honestly, it's one of those unicorns that you're never going to see repeated, because now there's so many products available that universities are like, we just don't even want to put resources into that. So it was just a special product at a special time that caught everyone's interest with the science, and they went nuts and crazy. And we still have people doing studies with the product even years, decades later after it came to market.
Well, this is exciting. And I know that this brings so much incredible validation. And I'm not even sure if we mentioned, like, all of these products that we're discussing are naturally sourced products. These are not synthetic. These are not pharmaceuticals. That's what I want you to understand, the power of nutrients and how we're able to unlock our gene code. So thank you for explaining this. Now I want to move on to this one, because this is one of my favorites. I've got it right now. Can you explain what the magic is behind this right here with Axio?
Yeah, so with Axio, going back to our take it to make it message, you're going to take Axio to make, and the marketing lingo is brain messengers. I'm a nerd, so I always say neurotransmitters. I got vetoed on what got on the slide originally, but neurotransmitters and energy. You're going right to the source to help all of the communication that's happening in your brain that slows down over time. Because this product is more than an energy drink. And I think sometimes that's hard for folks to understand, because they're so used to just going to the gas station and grabbing like a Monster or a Red Bull and just getting that quick burst of energy, because they think that's what they need. But really, it's more about brain health at the cellular level and ensuring all of your pathways are connecting the way that they should, so that you're able to maintain that cognitive health. So you're able to have that focus. So for me, I have 3 kids. I have a really busy job. I'm doing a million things at once. And so when I need to focus, that's where Axio comes in, because when I need to get something done in an hour, I need to get something done in an hour because I don't have more time than that. So I've got to be productive. And that's what Axio does. It gives you energy, and it gives you sustained energy. I think that's a difference to note. Besides other drinks that'll give you crashes, like those highs and lows, it gives you that sustained energy so that you can get the things done that you need to get done. And so you, instead of reaching for sugary sodas or other different drinks or things that are going to give you that quick boost, think long term and get the things you need to get done by going to that cellular level. So it's all about the neurotransmitters. It's all about the communication at that level.
Yes, the clean energy. I love that. And nourishing the brain. It's something that I absolutely love. So go on to this one. I know that as we're talking about, trying to get the edge on dropping some pounds, right? Getting to our healthy weight and just feeling better. What role does this fat burn play?
Yeah, so fat burn works through a really interesting mechanism of action. You take it to make burnable fat and energy. So what happens as we get older is our fat changes in characteristic. It becomes what we call white fat, which essentially just means fat that does not have as much energy. It's not as easy to burn. So when we were little, think of how easy, you think of a newborn and they have tons of what's called brown fat, and it's high energy. It's gives them everything that they need. But as you get older, it transfers into this white fat that's just kind of stubborn and sticks around. And so the goal of this product is to transfer the characteristics of that more energy producing fat to the fat that you have in your body, so you're able to burn it more easily. So you're converting the unwanted belly fat to something your body can use. And that comes with an awesome benefit of burning an extra 181 calories per day. It's like you're starting on a positive as soon as you're using this product, and you're transforming your body. So that 181 calories is equivalent to about walking 4,000 steps. So with this, we're not saying don't move your body, because you need to move your body, but this is giving you the edge to the steps that you're already taking, to the steps you're already taking to have a healthy life. It's giving you that edge so that you're able to see more
success. Different than in South Dakota.
She was having a good time.
And she caught it really quickly.
Yes, that's good. All right. So I love this one. I love that it's helping people really convert that kind of fat to more efficient fat and helping them burn that stuff in visceral fat. But this is what I'd love for you to explain. I know you've already explained Protandim, and I want you to highlight this liquid collagen because it's incredible, but also talk about how layering one activator with another is more like multiplication.
Okay. That's one of my favorite things to talk about, because that's what makes our approach so interesting. Because a lot of other companies, they look at one product and that's it. They don't really care how their entire portfolio interacts together. They just are like, we just want you to buy everything, because they each have individual benefits. But we have a different approach, because when you combine an activated approach to health in different products, it is not 1 + 1 = 2 regarding benefits. It's 1 + 1 = 3, 4, 5. It's multiplied benefits. And Healthy Glow Essentials is that quintessential example. We also have another one, which we call our Tri-Synergizer. That's our Protandim Nerf 2, our Nerf 1, and our NAD, that have beautiful synergies. And what those actually do is they boost each other's activity. So each pathway that those products cover, when you put them all together, each pathway is upregulated in a synergistic way. So you're boosting the existing function. But what makes Healthy Glow Essentials so fascinating is that you're not just boosting existing function, you're adding new functionality. So we talked about what Protandim helps you make your own antioxidants. Our liquid collagen helps you make your own collagen. So that's different than when I was talking about supplements earlier on, when I said, oh, your collagen goes down and they give you collagen. That's, once again, a Band-Aid approach. It's a quick fix. But the long-term approach is actually making your own collagen, which is what ours does. It increases collagen density by 100%. But when you combine the two together, you get magic. And so we actually started researching it because of the benefits we were hearing of the people using both of these products. We kept hearing unexplained benefits: brain fog going away, achy joints feeling better, just all of these gut issues. That was another one that came quite frequently, even gum issues. over and over again, we kept hearing these stories and we're like, there has got to be a reason that these two products are having this effect. And so we did research study where we looked at the benefits. And ultimately what we saw is that when you combine the two products together, you break what we call the cellular stress cycle. So your cells are just like you. When you're overwhelmed with stress, you are not functioning at 100%. You are barely dragging along. You're surviving, not thriving. You're not getting anything extra done. You're not even living up to your potential. You're just getting through each day. And your cells are the same way. When they're facing constant stress all the time, or they even just think they're facing constant stress, they're having a heightened stress response constantly. They are not performing as optimally as they should. And so as a result, you experience things like brain fog. You experience things like gut issues, muscle aching, and all of those things that are not functioning as they should. And so when you're able to break that cellular stress cycle, your cells are able to respond to any threats that there are, and then they're able to repair and rejuvenate so that they're ready for when the next actual stress comes. They're not staying at 150% all the time, heightened fight and flight response. They are able to respond like they naturally should. So you can have all of the effects that they're running optimally just like they should. And so every time we test two activators or more together, we always see either heightened existing benefits in a synergistic way, or we see these brand new benefits, which then makes it very easy to layer in all of these products, because if you're going to spend money on products, you want them to work as well as they can. And so when you are addressing all these different areas right at the root, you're able to increase your benefits exponentially, which is phenomenal and what no one else is saying. So it's something unique you get with LifeVantage that you don't get with anybody else.
That is incredibly exciting. I think about this, like when you add this and this together, it's like accruing interest. You're gaining more than just the face value. And that is what is so exciting about, whole body health. That's what we want to explain tonight, is total body wellness, and how like we can facilitate different pieces of the orchestra. If you think about your health as different pieces of the orchestra, all of these sections are working together and in harmony when your cells are healthy, when your tissues are healthy. And that's why these are so exciting to learn about. And Lisa has such a great way of explaining it. The science is really in depth, and she made that very simple to understand. And I love that. So you mentioned this as you were talking about collagen. Can you just quickly explain this graph right here?
Yeah, definitely. So the beauty of our collagen is that it works through not just supplementation of collagen. We have a mechanism of activate, replenish, and maintain. And what that means is you activate your body's own collagen, you maintain the collagen you have, and that's where supplementation comes in. And then you're going to replenish with the collagen you already have, and then you're going to retain by actually lowering enzymes that would break down collagen. So you have this three-pronged approach to increasing the levels of collagen in your body that ultimately lends itself to this 100% increase in density, which is phenomenal because collagen is found everywhere. And one of the things that also makes our collagen unique is that it includes different types of collagen, which is important for whole body health. And then you're activating from this cellular level. So you're really working with your body's natural processes to get you back up to levels that you were when you were much younger, much stronger, much healthier. So you're helping to restore that health that we're all looking for.
And you're about to see that. Look at what happens with these people that have been activated. Some of these right here are my personal friends that live in my town. And you can just see it's almost like the life is coming back to them. Mm-hmm. So this is powerful to see. And as you're looking at the day marks on these, most of these are within 2 weeks to about a month and a half, which is incredible. You guys, when they start to activate the body, your body knows how to be healthy. It knows how to make what it needs. And now you can see visibly those changes that happen. It's so incredible. And now, drum roll, please, because I'm sure this is what people are excited to learn about. I wanted to absolutely dive in and understand the foundation of, who LifeVantage is, what activation is, how we do it differently, But what is so exciting about what is coming? What now can we activate, Lisa?
That's what's incredibly exciting, because now we can activate GLP-1.
Yay! So I want you to explain that, because I know that this is absolutely a buzzword in the especially weight loss space, but I want to be very clear on what makes us different, what makes this different. And I'm going to just let you kind of speak freely on this.
Okay, glad to. Kind of what I want to talk about first is why GLP-1, because it is a buzzword, but we're not a buzzwordy company. Just because something is popular doesn't mean that that's the approach that we're going to take, because it needs to fit into our philosophy of activation. So first of all, it needs to be something that depletes over time that we can help bring into balance. And that's one of the things that is true about GLP-1. As you age, as you have a sedentary lifestyle, from the food you eat, your GLP-1 levels diminish. The other thing that was incredibly important to me as we were looking at this hormone was making what all does it impact in the body, holistic health. Because GLP-1 is a buzzword that's tied with weight loss, but that's not all that it does. GLP-1 is tied to balanced blood sugar. GLP-1 is tied to neuroprotective abilities, cardioprotective abilities, helping to maintain healthy liver, kidney, digestive system. It's a really important hormone that when it's out of balance, it does so much more than just cause you to gain weight. It influences your health overall. And so that's what made it a very important target for me, because I didn't want our company to become a weight loss company. Like I didn't want to change our whole philosophy just to try to jump on a trend. If we were going to approach this, it needed to be approached from our lens, from our expertise, what we own, and what we own is activation. And so that's the lens that we approached it from. If you balance this crucial hormone, it impacts overall health, and it greatly impacts weight as well, because when you have GLP-1 balanced, then you are able to have less what we call food noise. Because what food noise is think about it. How many times do you just eaten breakfast and you're already thinking about lunch? Or you walk past like a donut on your counter and then suddenly that's all you can think about. Or you have cravings in the afternoon. Or you end up with, you eat that donut because you had the cravings for the donut, and then you have that negative self-talk telling you the shame of why did you eat that donut. And so it's this constant noise happening in our head that I don't even think we realize most of the time is happening. And what that comes from is kind of an imbalanced communication between our gut and brain. And that's the axis, the gut-brain axis, that GLP-1 works along. And so if it is balanced, then you are getting those signals from your gut to your brain that you are satiated, that you are full, that you don't need to have cravings. It also actually physically will slow food digestion so you stay fuller longer, not in a way that, because it's, once again, this is a natural approach to GLP-1 activation. It's not a synthetic way of approaching it. You're working with your body's natural processes. So it's slowing it in the way that it should naturally, not unnaturally, so that you end up with a bunch of GI problems and it affects your quality of life, like many alternatives out there on the market currently do. But when you go through this natural approach, you are able to bring it back into balance so that you are able to have that less food noise, feel fuller longer. You're not snacking between meals. You're spending less time thinking about food, fewer late night cravings, and then ultimately all of those activities lead to weight loss. Because one of the things that I finally got my hands on this product. This product was done not that long ago. It was actually like right before some folks in our company, some of our consultants because it was an embargo for a while. Like we had no product, we were waiting for it to get made, and then right before they got it, I got it. And that's the biggest thing that I've noticed with being on it. Because just being very transparent in front of, let's see, 432 of my closest friends, when I grew up and I was 14 years old, I struggled with an eating disorder, and food was all I could think about. And I almost it was really bad. I almost died from it. And so as got past that, and as I've matured into an adult, food noise is still a problem because it's something that I've just grown up with. It's just all this talk constantly happening. And what I've noticed with these products very personally has been that calming, the quieting of the food noise. So I don't have that constant self-talk happening in my brain, where I don't feel like I'm controlled by food. I feel like I'm more in control of my choices. And as a result, there are weight loss. Like I've been on it and I've lost 10 pounds, but that's not what's most important to me. That's great results. But what's been most important for me is taking back control. Because I think with so many approaches to diets, because I grew up in the 90s, so I grew up with all that entire very toxic diet culture. Everything was very extreme. Everything was always about replacing meals or very unnatural from how we as humans normally feed our bodies. Oh, I'm replacing this meal with a shake and this meal with a shake and maybe this one with a bar. And it's very isolating. My family, so I have a big Southern family. You can't hear it from my accent, but if you heard my mom, very Southern, especially when she talks to her sister. And every social gathering is around food. And so when food noise is a problem, or you're on these extreme solutions to weight loss, those situations become super uncomfortable. You choose to self-isolate instead of going to them because you're afraid that you're going to go there and you're going to eat too much, or you're going to have to just sit in your corner with your little shake while everyone else is enjoying it. You feel in the periphery of life instead of in the midst of life. And that's what's so important to me about our solution to GLP-1 activation is that it's not disruptive of your everyday life. You are still able to enjoy the foods that you love, but this is coming alongside you so that you get fuller faster. You're not having cravings, so you can make smarter and cleaner decisions about what you're putting in your body, but it's not a focus. And so you're still in the midst of life. You're still being able to have these relationships, but you are in control. And I think that's what's incredibly important. And if you go back to the last slide, Jamie, I can point out a couple more differences that make our products so unique. So this scientifically shown to increase the GLP-1 hormone in your body. That's something we've seen in the marketplace right now is a lot of people jumped on the GLP-1 trend very quickly. And they've done a few things. Either they've rebranded products that they already had launched and just put GLP-1 in the name. That's happened quite a bit. The ones you saw come out first, all of them were that because they didn't have enough time to do research. They were just trying to capitalize on your money. We've also seen products come out where they use ingredients that have no substantiation and they come out with no clinical studies. We've seen some people use ingredients that have some data, but we can tell very quickly that they're not using the right amounts of it because they're very penny pinching and they want to have the product cost as little as possible. But what makes ours so unique is we're not only using clinically tested ingredients, the right amounts, the right ingredients, right amounts, which we are, but we didn't stop there. We first looked into cell studies to prove that our products worked. They did. We then moved into a human clinical to prove that they work, and they did. And we'll be sharing all those results in detail in less than a week, which is amazing. And we'll have a lot of phenomenal information to share. We're keeping it secret. Part of it's for surprise. Part of it's for if we have something phenomenal, and we have a lot of things in process right now. So we want to not disrupt any of that. But within a week, all will be shared. And so what makes us different from a lot of approaches on the market? And so I just want to walk through a little bit of that because I think that's really important as you're going to have conversations with people or as you're making a decision for yourself. So I think first you got to look at what's the benefits of natural GLP-1 activation. And I think we've already discussed a lot of that. If you're going through a more synthetic route, you have a lot of side effects because you're overriding your body's natural processes. You're keeping something in your body longer than it should, and it's slowing everything down. You're nauseous, your digestive system's not working. And a lot of people are experiencing that, but pushing through because they want weight loss. But what they don't know is that there's another way. There's a natural alternative. And through that, you're working through your body's natural processes. Now, what Also, you need to know is you're going to hear the word activation from a lot of companies because they've seen what we're doing. So they like to use the term, I'm activating GLP-1. There's a couple of things to note with that. You won't see studies from them that they're actually activating it. They'll just say it. So that's number one. And number two is they only say that they can activate. Now, something incredibly unique about our product is that we activate in two ways because we have two products. And we'll talk more about that next week and as information comes out, how that exactly works. But two ways of activating. We don't stop there. I'm an overachiever, so we're not just going to activate in two ways. We are also going to boost GLP-1 production and functionality in two additional ways. And we're going to talk about that as well. So when you're having conversations or deciding for yourself, do I pick the one that says they activate, but has no data, and they only say they singularly activate? Or do I pick the one that has dual activation, dual amplification, and cellular and clinical studies behind them? And the answer becomes pretty clear pretty quickly what you should choose, because it all comes down to the data and the proof, and all of that is behind our products that we have. And so it's been, I'm like bursting at the seams to be able to tell everything, especially since I've been writing what I'm going to be saying next week while we're in Kansas City. But it's going to be a celebration next week. It's going to be a celebration of everything that my team's been working on for over a year and has been having to keep very secret and quiet. And everything, finally, the cat will be out of the bag and we can explain everything that we've been doing and the phenomenal results that we've been so excited about. Because I will tell you, whenever I have a clinical study going, I am an anxious person, so I don't sleep really well. And what I can tell you now is I'm sleeping very well. So, but I'll give you that. Like, I am sleeping like a baby now.
I knew you weren't going to slip up. That's why I said I was going to let you talk freely. You guys, I know that there's going to be a lot of questions. You guys all are hungry to know the specifics, like what will it do for this? What are the ingredients? How does this work? We are all going to learn that. And this is going to be kind of like a two-part Wellness Wednesday. We laid the foundation of really where LifeVantage began at the foundation with Protein Minerative 2 and how that story has really advanced with the implementation of these other products to support other systems. And now we have this GLP-1 activated weight loss system that's coming. And we will learn more about it next week. But then in 2 more weeks, Lisa will come back on another Wellness Wednesday. And that's where they can talk in detail and she can give you all that you're hungry to learn. But this is why I wanted her to come on and explain to you really what is GLP-1, why is LifeVantage doing it differently. I'm going to share with you, I believe I have a picture here. Look at these pictures. I am actually one of the 55 participants in the trial group, and everything that Lisa said that she's experiencing when you're talking about food noise and the satiety, meaning you feel satisfied with the amount of food, 100% the truth. So I just marked 5 weeks today. I'm not really actively trying to lose weight. I am a healthy person. I am at a healthy weight, but I have in fact lost 3.4 pounds. I've lost 2 inches around my waist, and my body fat percentage has dropped 0.7%. So I really feel like I'm leaning out. My body feels really strong. So that's what I'm excited about, because I do have a lot of friends and even family members who have tried other products and maybe didn't feel so good. They felt nauseous with food. They didn't have energy, obviously, because you guys, food is fuel. When you put bad food in, your body does not perform. When you put good food in, you're fueling your body to do what it needs to do. So that just makes sense. I always tell my kids, like, you can't put diesel fuel in a gas motor. It just doesn't work. That's how you have to think about your body and the way that you treat it. But my 5-week experience is I feel like I'm unlocking all of this energy, the mental clarity. So Lisa will be able to explain why that's happening. But it's been a really healthy experience. And when I can say, I can look at food, like I could be snacking all day if I wanted to. I work from home, my kids are in school now, but I don't crave it. When she's talking about like the American lifestyle, we go from like breakfast to lunch to what are we going to have to supper? Like our mind is circled around food. I mean, comment in the chat. Do you think about food a lot? Do you really realize how much your lifestyle circles around food? Where are we eating next? Where's our next meal? It's kind of wild to think about. And then you look at the stats, like in 2022, I just looked this up on PubMed, in 2022, 55% of the US population was actively trying to lose weight. That's just lose weight, but we know there's even more people trying to maintain weight. So weight is important to a lot of people. It's a sensitive topic. And what you're seeing here of these friends of mine that are in this trial group, these are all within, the 5-week period, because we haven't even hit 6 weeks being on this product, and you can see the transformations that are happening. But Lisa, this is what I want to end on. Would you please explain, now that we understand what's coming, and we will get all of these questions answered later on the details of this system, but why would someone, after they hear this information, why would it be beneficial to activate your body now?
That's actually incredibly perfect question. I saw some comments in the chat asking, should I take it with this? Should I take it with this? It goes back to what I mentioned earlier on the Healthy Glow Essentials slide. When you have products that activate right at the source, you see beautiful synergies. And one product that I specifically do, actually, I'm going to say the duo. The duo that I would suggest that you start on, if you're going to start on anything, is that Healthy Glow Essentials. Because think about it. When your body is in a heightened state of stress, do you think it's able to lose weight optimally? It's not. It's not. And so if you are able to break that cellular stress cycle and get your body primed, then you are going to experience better results once you have these new products in your body. So think of it as an investment in your health overall, even if you weren't going to go on these new products, because you're going to experience differences anyways. But think about it as an investment in this new product experience. If your body is already primed, you're already dealing with stress, you've brought it down to a balanced level, how much better is your body going to respond once we start balancing GLP-1? And how much quicker are you going to see results? So I think it's a challenge of get activated now, because even the people who are in our clinical study, who are what I'm calling activation newbies, they've never had any activation in their body. I was in a back room hearing people when the clinical was ending being like, how can I get on this product? Like, how can I stay on this product? Where can I get it? Where can I get it? And they were experiencing these phenomenal results without being activated. And I think what we've seen in the group of 55 individuals who've been taking it is how much it's even more compounded when you have that baseline activation, how much more accelerated the results are and pronounced they are. So if you want to optimize what you're going to be putting in your body in a little over a week, get on stuff now and get everything primed and ready for it.
I love this. Like, Lisa, I could keep you here all night. You guys drop in the chat. Thank you to Lisa and her knowledge. This is like a really, really exciting time. And I hope that you guys found value in what you learned throughout all of the products. And if you have questions, let's dive deeper. Get back with the person that invited you to this tonight. And I promise you, you're going to be hearing more. Next week, when this becomes available, there will be more information allowed to us. But then also tune back in 2 more weeks, because Lisa will be back on our Wellness Wednesday. We do these every week with a different topic and a different expert. So Lisa, I thank you so much for spending your time with us, and the 430 people that spent their night with us. Thank you for being willing to listen and learn and activate your health. Good night, guys.
Thanks, guys.